Hello everyone, my name is Manya and today we have with us Saketh and we both will be sharing our interview experience and the whole placement process experience that took place for the company Enquero at our college campus VIT Vellore. So we both have been shortlisted for the job role of software engineer and we got internship plus full-time offer. So Saketh, would you like to tell us about yourself?
So, hello everyone, I am Saketh. I'm from Guntur, Andhra Pradesh. So, I'm currently a final year student in VIT Vellore. I belong to Electronics and Communication Engineering branch. So, I'm very happy that I got selected for this company.
Yeah. So we are glad to have you with us today. So first of all, I'll tell about the eligibility criteria and then we will move forward with the discussion. So first of all, the first eligibility criteria was of branch. So everyone who was of CS, ECE, EEE, EIE was eligible for this and the whole branch information in detail is mentioned in the slide. So the second eligibility criteria was of CGPA. That means everyone who had CGPA more than 7 in their undergraduate degree, 10th and 12th were eligible for it. Now let's move forward and see the flow chart. So this is the flow chart and in this only the screening test happened at day 1 and the technical interview, HR interview and the GD happened at day 2. So the whole placement process took place in 2 days only. So yeah, now let's move forward and see everything in detail. So screening test. So Saketh, what was your experience with the screening test and would you like to tell about it?
Yeah, so the screening test was conducted on HackerRank platform. It consisted of some 25 MCQs. The MCQs were based upon DSA and reading comprehension and aptitude. Also, there was a one coding question based on strings. So the people who have solved the coding question, passed all the test cases, and have done well in the MCQs were shortlisted for the next round.
Yeah. So how many questions did you attempt?
So I have attempted all the 25 MCQs because there was no negative marking and I have passed all the test cases for the coding question.
Yeah, for me also, I passed all the coding test cases, and after that, in MCQs, I just left one because of the time factor. We have covered everything about the screening test. Now, let's move forward to our next part, that is group discussion. So, for GD round, 72 people were shortlisted, and there were 6 panels, and 12 people were present in each panel. Now, let's move forward and see your experience. So, Sakit, can you share your experience of group discussion?
So the group discussion lasted for an hour. In the group discussion, it was divided into three parts: introduction and general discussion and conclusion. For the introduction and conclusion, we are called out by our names and we have to speak when we are called. And for the general discussion thing, we are open for discussion and whoever has spoken valid points and has spoken for more than 1 minute were shortlisted for the next round.
Yeah, and also I would like to add to this point that each panel that was present, everyone got the same GD topic, that was social media influencing. It is having a positive or negative impact on our society ultimately. So now, after this group discussion, it went down to 18 people. So after 72 people in GD, it went down to 18 people for the technical interview. That was our next round. So now let's move forward and see about technical interview round in detail. So yeah, Saket, what was your experience with the technical interview?
So the technical interview was taken by a team lead. First, she has introduced herself, and after that, she has discussed about the technologies used in their company. And after that, she has gone through the resume. And my projects were based on front end web development. So she asked me to show the live demonstration of my first major project, which was a e-commerce website using React. So
Okay.
after that, she has started asking about various questions related to React and JavaScript. And after that, we have discussed about my second project, which is a dynamic website using Node.js. After that, she has asked some basic backend development questions. After that, I have mentioned SQL and OOPS in my resume. So she started asking some basic SQL queries and 2 to 3 OOPS questions. And after that, she asked to write the code. So I was given two DSA questions. One is based on string and other is based on array. So I have solved both of them and I got shortlisted for the next round.
Let me share about my interview experience as well. So my interview was also of around 40 minutes as well. And first of all, when I went there, he asked me about my general introduction, and then he told me to explain one of my projects that was mentioned in my resume, and then he asked me follow-up questions related to it as well. So my project was based on convolution neural network, so he asked me some questions related to it. After that, he told me to share my screen and then do a code, and then he gave me 5 minutes to solve it, and it was an array question. So I showed him the input. I was able to solve it. I also mentioned OOPS and SQL and Java as well. So first of all, he asked me questions related to Java. So he asked me questions related to wrapper class, etc. And then he asked me some basic questions related to SQL as well. For example, what are the commands that come under TCL, etc. After that, he even asked me some basic questions related to OOPS, and they were not tough to crack. Now, after that, at the end, he even asked me about one logical puzzle as well. And in that logical puzzle, it was a boat and torch problem, in which, like, if there were certain number of people present at left side of the bridge and they had to cross it, so what is the minimum time taken? Yeah. So that was it about my technical interview. So after technical interview of 18 people, it went down to 8 people again for HR interview. So 8 people were shortlisted for HR interview. So Saketh, what was your experience with HR interview?
So this was the most friendly HR interview that I have ever had. And in HR interview, he introduced himself and he asked about my personal questions like what do you do in your free time and what are your hobbies. And after that, he started evaluating about my team performance, like what is your contribution in the project and what do you do if there is any conflict in your team. And after that, he started asking like, why did you choose Enquero, and what made you to opt for software engineering roles coming from non-CS and IT branch.
Hmm. In my HR also, it went down in a very cool manner. And first of all, he asked me about my general introduction, and then he asked me that in project work, how did you divide the work between yourselves and like come up with an optimized solution that was accurate as well. And after that, he even asked me that why do you want to join Enquero only? And he even asked like whether I know what the company actually does. And after that, he even asked me that if I am having any beforehand offers as well. Now, after the HR round, everyone who was selected for the HR round got shortlisted eventually, and everyone was selected. Like 8 people were selected finally for the company. Let's move forward to our final section and the most important one, that is tip section. So, Sakit, what tips would you like to give to others who will be appearing for the placement process of Enquero?
So for the screening test, practice some aptitude and reading comprehensive questions, and have some basic knowledge about DSA, and try to solve lead code and GFG questions, which will help to solve the coding problems. And for the technical interview, don't take your resume, just put it in the resume whatever you are perfect with, and be ready to answer every question related to your resume. And for the HR, just go through the interview experiences and some basic HR questions, and that will do well for you.
Yeah, I would like to add to your point that you have to do practice from beforehand so that you can be accurate on the exam day. So like be accurate on the questions related to aptitude and reading comprehension as well, in which you can easily score well. So that would increase your chances of getting selected for the next round. And moreover, be thorough with your resume and of the projects that you're mentioning as well. Yeah, that's it. So now here we come to the end of our session. So it was very insightful, and thank you very much, Saket, for joining us today and sharing your experience with us.
Thank you.